and Joey, best friends forever. They like music, movies, TV, theater, pop culture, and whatever. When they get together, they're like totally elated, cause they're motherfucking only slightly opinionated.
Yeah, they're motherfucking only slightly opinionated.
Yeah, they're motherfucking only slightly opinionated. Yeah, they're motherfucking only slightly opinionated.
Hello. I was a little late there. Welcome to Only Slightly Opinionated. I'm Jamie.
And I'm Joey. And if this is your first time listening to us, I mean, hey, welcome. We're glad to have you here. We're two best friends. We live far apart. And every couple of weeks we get together. We have a little tete-a-tete. And we record it and we give it to you guys to listen to. Isn't that nice of us?
Jamie and Joey, best friends forever. They like music, movies,
Encore!
and whatever.
When they get together, they're like totally elated because they're fucking only slightly opinionated.
Yeah,
Come on,
they're
Joey.
motherfucking only
Come
slightly
on. It's live.
opinionated.
Come on. Let's go. Here we go. Yeah, we're motherfucking only slightly opinionated. How do you not know the lyrics to this song?
You're off.
Only slightly opinionated.
I'm not off in my ear. I wasn't
That
off
was-
in my ear.
That was hysterical. Although I love our fucking opening song. But yeah, no, when you were singing it was coming through like delayed, like your voice. So I was
Oh.
like, oh, I couldn't like sing because I was like, I don't know who to
Yep.
sing with.
It's all my fault again. Okay.
But I do love that song. That's my jam.
I don't know how I did that. So
That's okay. People wanted to hear it twice.
Ghost in the Machine.
They loved it so much. Anyway, baby.
Yes.
Hello.
How are you? Hello. How are you?
Oh, this is gonna be a good podcast right
Oh
here.
no. A good episode podcast of it.
Uh-huh.
Episode.
Yeah.
Episode
That.
cast.
What you said.
Yeah.
So I'm doing good, baby. I'm much better now. Now that
Yeah.
now that my fear of contagion is over.
Yeah, you have some kind of super immunity. I don't know how.
Just to quickly recap for the masses, our followers, our millions of listeners, I did go up to Detroit, and I went to go see
Well,
Jamie,
they know
and it
that
was
because they
amazing.
listened in the last episode.
Well, we don't know that they listened. Maybe
No,
maybe they were like,
everybody who listens listened.
maybe they were like, "Fuck Detroit, I don't care," and so maybe they skipped that episode.
They at least would know that you were in Detroit. That's the whole point of the Detroit.
True. But anyway, I was there. Was having a wonderful time for my birthday. When suddenly Jamie was like, I don't feel so hot, and oh, I have a fever. And
I
yeah.
have COVID.
Then boom, he has COVID. So
Which,
that
by
put
the
a
way,
damper on things.
I'm going to quickly sidetrack just for a second. We have narrowed it down to the fact that my mother and I went to see a show at the Fisher Theater
Oh, that's
on
right.
the Sunday that you arrived, or the Sunday after you arrived. And they all got COVID too, because they didn't test,
Oh,
but they all got sick. The whole household got sick there.
Okay, now it's all making
but they
sense.
didn't test. So yeah, I mean, I'm assuming whoever gave it to us at the Fisher, we don't know who patient 0 is, but
I mean, listen, I have always sung the praises of my immune system because it seems to be pretty damn good. Like I have a tendency, like maybe to get a cold, maybe once a year. That's like the maximum. I tend to fight off everything. But to think that I was all up in your household,
yep,
right
and then
beside you, 24/7,
and then
what?
went home.
Well,
and
I'm getting to that point.
Oh. Well, you take
The
a
fact
long
that
time.
I was with you, all
Yeah.
up in your business,
Right.
you got the COVID. I
Yeah.
decided to run home.
Yeah.
I come home and Marty is sick as a motherfucker.
There you go. Wasn't me. It wasn't
And I was
me.
like, oh my God. But then I started to get really worried because, he had a kidney transplant. So I was
Yeah.
like, if I bring him the COVID on top of him already trying to fight a cold, I'm going to kill him. So it felt very, very much like I was about to kill him. But luckily, he was able to recover from him. He went on some antibiotics or whatever, but he's
But
still
it wasn't
fighting it.
COVID. He tested.
No, he was
Right. He
just,
just
yeah,
had a cold. You did not
just
give him
cold.
COVID. It was
And we
just a
went to the
cold.
doctor, and he actually got tested for both COVID and the flu, and he didn't have
Right.
either one. So it was just a
Yeah.
bad cold, which really kind of sucked because I've watched him be sick now since I've been home, and it's like, Jesus Christ, I feel so bad for him just fighting that hard to beat a cold. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, he was almost off from work the whole week just because he's been trying so hard to fight it. And he's still got a horrible cough, so I'm hoping that's going to clear up. Knock on some wood.
Yeah.
Knock on your wood, y'all.
Knock, knock, knock on wood.
But yeah,
Hey,
so
better.
that coupled with my horrendous drive home, which was absolutely horrible because
Why was it so bad?
I was so proud of that quick trip up there because what did I say? It took me less than 13 hours, 12 hours and 40 minutes or something.
Yeah. Oh, I remember now why it was so bad.
And then when I was so proud of my Google. I said, Google, you just tell me how to go home, baby. You just
Take me
tell
home, Google. Take me home.
I will do whatever you want me to do because you got me up here so quickly. And what did I do? I ignored her because she told me to take a different road as instead of one of these roads that goes through the mountains or whatever. And I was like, but I go through the mountains, Google. That's what I do. So I ignored her.
Oh, no.
Next thing I know, I'm sitting in traffic for an hour and 45 minutes. Just sitting there. Like all of us were just parked on the
You don't
highway.
fuck with Google. Okay? Google knows everything.
I have made
literally
amends.
Everything.
I have made amends to her. I have told her, listen, Gurgle, I love you, and from now on, I will listen to everything that you tell me to do because I ain't going through that shit ever again. Took me 16 hours to get home. I left your house at like 6:30 in the morning, and I didn't get home
me
until
sick on the couch. Bye.
10.
See you later.
Well, I didn't want to take care of your ass. I didn't want to have COVID up in Michigan. Who gonna help me?
Very Florence Nightingale of you.
I don't have Marty to wait on me hand and foot. What I'm saying.
Well, I would have waited on you. By the time I was recovered, you'd have been sick. No, by the time I was better, you'd have been sick.
But the worst part about the whole goddamn thing was that I didn't get to see BJP. Yeah. And I'm so sad about that because y'all know how much I love my Scaring is Sharing and I love BJP and I was so looking forward.
So sorry, guys.
To hanging with him. No.
Sorry.
Oh my God, I'm not blaming you at all.
Oh, you are. You know you are. No. Don't lie. I'm a bad, bad boy.
You got COVID on purpose and then you invited me up.
We didn't get to have game night, which is what's really sad because I've been looking forward to a game night. I guess we're just going to have it without you, Joey.
No.
We'll have to have, you know what we're going to do? I'm going to schedule them on the same nights that you have game night with your boys. And then I'm just going to send you pictures the whole night.
Not nice.
That's
not nice. That's not nice at all. But even though I didn't get to see BJP, and I love you, BJP, and I'm sorry, and we will make up for it. I did get to see
2 years when you come up again.
My oldest and dearest friend, Mitchell. And I got to spend a lot of time with him because it sort of like worked out that I spent some time with him while you were at the show getting COVID with your mother. I was over at Mitch's house hanging with him and his family. And then I got invited back to have dinner and I got to spend so much time with them. And I just love and adore his kids and they listen to the podcast. So shout out to Beckett, Kaylin, and Addison, because I know they're probably listening. What's up, y'all? It's so cheesy, but I love it. I love it so. I do. But I got to hang out with them, and that was so much fun. And they cooked dinner Mitch cooked dinner, and it was absolutely delicious. So I love that. And then I got to spend some time with Margaret, although Margaret was going to be coming to the game night.
Yeah.
So I totally like spent more time talking to her child than to her, because I wanted to spend time with him as well. I know she doesn't say his name on social media, so that's why I'm
Yeah.
not saying his name. But
No, yeah.
So I got to spend a lot of time with him, but I didn't get to really spend any time with her. But it was still fun. I mean, we were all together, and it was fun listening to your guys' Zepbound horror tales. Because I came home and started Zepbound as well. So
I know, and it's been going well for you.
It really has, actually. I was
Yeah.
so scared because I was so worried that I was going to have your nausea. Like that
No, I'm special.
was terrifying to me. I just was like, I can't just be nauseous all the time. I'll feel horrible. And I was for like the first 24 hours, but then it just sort of disappeared, and
Yeah, nice.
that was it. And
Nice.
I'm only what? This is my 6th day. Yeah, 6th day. Tomorrow will be my 7th day. But I'm down 4.5 pounds. So
nice.
that's a pretty good start, I think.
That's very good.
I think it'll be okay.
2 pounds a week is what they say is considered normal and healthy.
I read a lot of different things, and I guess it just depends on the person and, you know, what your weight loss goal is and all that sort of stuff. So it can, but I said, I think they say that the average person loses about 3 pounds per week. So I figure a little more than that is not too bad. So
no, not at all.
I mean, I'm not starving myself. That's for goddamn sure. I'm still,
Good.
You know,
getting lots of protein.
I bought the Fairlife protein shakes things from Costco, and they're actually quite tasty. Like, I know you don't do artificial sweetener, so I know that's not your jam, but
I just wish they didn't have artificial sweetener in it. Why does it have to?
I know,
because their chocolate milk, they have like a chocolate milk that doesn't have artificial sweetener in it.
Yeah.
So why does the little containers have to have the artificial?
I don't know.
Sweetener?
I think when you look, like, almost all these protein supplement drinks and stuff are all sugar-free, which I mean, I sort of get, because it probably would be like a huge calorie count if it wasn't, because they're already 150 calories just without the sugar. So I can't even imagine what it would be with the sugar.
Yeah.
But
I don't know.
I happen to like them. I think they're delicious, and they do seem to take away the nausea. They sort of just kind of placate the whole nausea feeling.
Good,
but it's cool, and I'm excited to see, like, if it's gonna really, like, help me the way I'm wanting it to, because I've been dieting for so fucking long and trying so hard and not seeing anything happen. You know, getting my ass up and walking 5 miles every day and doing all that shit, and it's like, why am I not skinny yet? Why am I not skinny? But this seems to be helping, so that's a good thing. So, baby, what you been doing since I left you? Since I said goodbye and bid adieu to the D?
While I was on my deathbed.
While you was, I was like, peace, baby, don't die. Kiss, kiss.
I know.
Air kiss.
It was quite.
Well, I left you in Paul's capable hands. He knew what he was doing.
Right. No, I'm just kidding. Yes, he's a
very
good,
nurturing soul.
He is. He's very good at taking care of me. When I'm much better than I am of him. Not because I wouldn't. I would do anything that he asked me to do.
Right.
The difference is he asks me, what can I do? Whereas I sort of forget to do that and just sort of like, you know, assume that if he needs something, he'll ask me when probably he won't.
Right. Well, so Paul has a tendency to err on the martyr side of things.
Does. Yes, he does. I wish I could come up with a great nickname that was like Martyr Marty. I don't know. It just doesn't. Marty the Martyr. All right, Marty the Martyr. Oh, that's not bad. Except it's Marty, which then is not.
That's my husband.
Connotes people's husbands. Mary the Martyr. Get off the cross. Someone else needs the wood.
Come on, Mary.
Ooh, Mary, where's Lester?
So what else has you been doing? You did go back to work, right?
Yes. Oh God, yes.
I know. I mean, I knew you didn't want to
have
be
any
off
more
from
sick
work,
time. But... No, I just didn't have any more sick time.
Well, that too.
Yeah, work. I went back to rehearsal. I was
Mm-hmm.
off rehearsal. I missed I should have been to rehearsal Sunday and Monday, but I didn't want to go back. And Tuesday I went and I was masked the whole time just to be safe because I was still testing positive. Let's see, I tested Thursday. On Saturday, I still tested positive.
I think that's the day you sent me a message saying you still positive.
Yeah.
Wait, what day did Paul
Paul didn't test until
when did Paul seroconvert? When did
Monday, I think.
Yeah. Okay, that sounds about right.
Yeah. So I went back to rehearsal. Luckily it was a blocking rehearsal, which are the rehearsals where I feel most comfortable. I don't, even though there's a lot to it, there's so much to it because the whole he's blocked the whole overture into this kind of really interesting idea of sort of it taking place in a museum, and I don't know, it's cool, but there's a
Taking
lot
place in
to
a
it.
museum?
Yeah, like at an exhibit of Joseph,
Oh, cool.
you learn the
Okay.
story. Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
And the narrator, he's using 3 narrators, and they're like the museum docents or curators or whatever you want to call them. So yeah, we just scratched the surface on this, whatever the last rehearsal I had on Tuesday, of what that's going to be. It was really more just physical blocking as opposed to any of the other stuff that needs to happen. But at least I wasn't standing there confused about, what to do, and
That's progress, baby.
my 2
That's
left feet,
progress.
and because I always get anxious at music rehearsals because I don't read music. So I'm always anxious during a music rehearsal, and I'm very quiet, which music directors hate. They want you to sing out even if it's wrong, and I'm like, fuck that shit. I'm not singing out
Right?
if it's not right. I'm not singing out. I can't
There's
do it.
nothing worse than like blaring out an
Oh
off note. It'd be
no!
like...
Everybody knows who it is. No. So, and
Isn't
then
it
the
funny
dance
though that
rehearsals. Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, isn't it funny that neither one of us can read music? Like we both love music. We've both been involved in so much theater and so many
Yeah,
shows, and neither one of us
but
can read music.
neither can Barbara Streisand.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
I think Mandy Patinkin can't read music.
Shut up.
Yep. So we are not alone in that can't read music musician
No
type
one is
people.
alone. Believe me.
Truly. So yeah, so the music and the dance rehearsals stress me out to no end.
Oh, I can imagine.
The dance rehearsals especially because I haven't had, you were here, so I wasn't at rehearsals, and I wasn't also rehearsing on my own, which they want you to do. Then I was sick. I haven't had a chance to go back and look at these dances, let alone the dances that I missed, the dances that I was there for. I don't remember at all.
Boy.
And they did put
That just puts like, it's such a pit in my stomach just thinking of that. Like, oh God, because it always took me so much longer to learn dance moves than anybody else. I had to practice like probably 5 to 10 times more than anybody else to learn just basics.
What's sad is that I used to be able to do it.
I can't.
I used to be able to do it. I did dance shows. I tapped. I did a chorus line with, the as close to the original choreography as community theater can do.
That's crazy.
You know what I mean? Like I did these things. And now it's like I'm a different person. I'm a completely different person. My brain is completely different in that I don't understand the steps. I feel like I have 2 left feet. And, I didn't realize how much dance was going to be in this show. I think I talked about this already on the last show.
Yeah.
So I'm really enjoying the people, and I love the director who I'm working with, and I love the choreographer. I really music everybody. Not that any of them are going to hear this. Maybe they will. Who knows? But so I'm enjoying that aspect of it, but I'm very stressed.
Yeah.
I'm very stressed out about learning the shit I have to learn.
Well, I
the
mean, the
time I have
best
to learn
thing
it.
that you have going for you, though, is that you guys had a nice long rehearsal schedule, and you still got quite a bit of time.
Yeah.
So I think you'll be magnificent.
But
You'll
the
just
problem
be.
is the finding the time and the even the know how to go over all the stuff at home. That's the problem.
Well, you just need to make time, Jamie.
Yeah.
Don't
Of
give
course
me no
that's it.
steak eye, bitch.
That of course is what I have to do, but it's just not always easy.
I know. It's easy for me to say.
Yeah.
Make time for it, bitch. That's what you got to do.
Okay, I'll do that right after work, and I'll do that right after I feed the dogs, and well, Paul feeds the dogs, but okay, doesn't matter. Moving on. I think that's it. I don't have anything else to talk to you about. Podcast done.
Oh, okay. Bye-bye.
No, we're going to talk about what we're going to talk about next. What a segue.
What a segue. Well, we did mention that we were going to start watching The Amazing Race.
The Amazing Race.
Which we, of course, did start watching. It's already up to what, episode 4 or
5.
something? 5? And
yeah, so like a month and a half ago.
We have not talked about it yet, which is totally fine because, the fun of it is once we actually are caught up, and then we'll have more fun talking about it. So we can.
So this is going to be like work and a slog for us. So just
that's basically what I'm saying.
Sit back, relax, and listen to us hate talk about. No, I'm just kidding because I love it. So
if you want to, you could just keep hitting that skip ahead 15-second mark.
Shut up.
So, Jamie, you start us off, baby. We talk about Amazing Race.
Keep going.
Mm-hmm. On the Paramount Plus.
Well, it's on CBS.
It is on CBS,
but
if you can watch it on Paramount.
Yeah,
but who watches live TV anymore? Like, really, who does? Besides my father.
Not me. The only thing I have from the first episode is that so they have they're like, this is like the season of surprises or some shit. They're if you don't watch The Amazing Race, oh my god, I can't talk. We have to end this podcast. For good. I mean,
Forever.
No more episodes ever.
Forever.
Okay, if you don't watch Amazing Race, here's a quick little recap or a quick little description of how it works. There are a number of teams. I think this year there are more teams than there have ever been.
There are 14 teams.
Yeah, I think that's more teams than they ever have normally.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's what they said. I don't know. And they start somewhere in the United States, and then they race around the world, flying to different countries, and they do tasks along the way. Puzzles and physical things and memory games and food challenges where they have to eat things and they
all kinds of crap. Really.
Yeah, all kinds of stuff. And then they, each week one of the teams goes home. If whoever checks in last for that leg of the race goes home, and so on and so forth, until there's one team left who wins $1 million. So there are some people on the show that I like this season. I'll get more into that as we get into the other episodes. But in the first episode, there was this older Joey does not agree with me. Older zaddy kind of, looking man.
Zaddy.
If you didn't open his mouth, I thought he was kind of cute. But and then they were the first ones gone. Well, first of two teams gone.
I thought that was kind of funny because you watched the first episode first, and then you were like, "Ooh, there's these two zaddies on there," and I was like, "Oh, I can't wait to see."
Not two.
That's true. You just said a zaddy. You're right.
Just the one.
And so
the other one was not.
When I was watching it, I'm like looking for the hot guy that would be considered a zaddy, and I'm like, I don't see no zaddy.
There is two. He was a zaddy.
Okay.
He was a baddie zaddy.
One man's zaddy is another man's
what?
I don't know.
What?
Non-attractive average person. What's the name for that?
I call it a Joey.
Oh, ow! That hurt. I hurt my soul.
That was pretty good, though. Wasn't it? Come on, that was pretty good.
That was quick. You were quick.
Yeah, that was quick.
Now the brothers, though. I'm all about them brothers.
They just seem so stupid.
I don't care how stupid they are. They're cute as hell.
They're okay. They're okay.
And you know what I like about them, though? They're not
There's
dicks either. They're actually pretty decent
you're right.
people.
Yeah, they're nice. I like the gamers, the GAYMERS.
Yeah,
the
actually,
gays.
this was a very like LGBTQ plus
Heavy.
positive heavy show.
Yeah, there was a lot of
in the like previous years. There was always like a token gay couple or whatever, and now it's
there's
just
still
like
2 gay couples left on, or 2 gay teams, because the one's not a couple.
And there's some on there that claim to be heterosexual that I say, no, ma'am.
No, ma'am, no, sir, no, how. Nuh-uh.
They just might know it yet. They might not know it yet.
Oh, I think they know. I think they both know. And I think they're just too religious to do anything about it. And good for them.
In that first episode, though, both tasks, the very first task, were super hard. It was
in the first episode?
Yeah, it was the dancing or the singing. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I wrote that. Maybe I had notes for episode 1, and maybe I somehow erased them like I did
for
my notes the last time.
Yeah. But they were both really fucking hard. I was just like, Jesus Christ.
Because I think I remember that. I thought I wrote that somewhere else for a different episode.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't have that note anywhere. But so yeah, I'm going to agree with you. I was like, oh my God, how, they're really not playing around this year.
No, it was like they were both both challenges. They were stuck for so long. Yeah. Everybody trying to like get through it or whatever. And I was just like, oh my God, this is painful to watch. It's making me stressed out.
Yeah.
Oh, I did write down though, the gamer couple or the gamer friends.
Yeah.
Was the one said, we chose dancing because I was on Broadway in The Inheritance. And I was like, is there any dancing in The Inheritance? Because it's, number one, it's a play, and it's like a very heavy play. So that I thought was kind of funny, the way he said that. It was like they weren't doing it for a joke, but I was just kind of like, my head just instantly cocked to the side, like, did he just say he was a dancer in The Inheritance?
Maybe there was a dance scene that I don't remember in it.
I never got to see it, but I'd love to see that show. I would love to see that show. I love the whole idea behind it. But anyway, so that got out your zaddy. They were last to arrive. But I forgot
last 2, because they took 2 teams out.
Yes, that's right.
So they were one, and I don't remember who the other one was.
I forgot how much I liked how this show can be like, whoever starts off in the lead or whatever, or whoever, like, things can just change so quickly. Like, I love when they like hurry up to get somewhere and then they have to wait, and then everybody else starts showing up and you're like, God damn, like it's just, I love that whole concept.
It's the great equalizer. They have the great equalizer for tasks a lot of the times, which I think is great, because otherwise I think you'd have one team in first place the whole time. You know what I mean? Yep. Unless they just got lucky that first whatever. But I think it'd be too many. I mean, as it is, you still have teams winning lots of first places.
True.
In previous seasons, they haven't done that yet this season, I don't think. Has anybody won twice yet?
I don't
think so.
The
gamers won.
Yeah, the gamers won the first episode. They were first.
Dick and his wife won. The Mormons won.
The Mormons.
And somebody else won. Somebody else just won.
I don't know. Anyway, that's episode 1, pretty much. Like,
yeah,
we know what happens with episode 1. Episode 2, they fly off to Osaka, Japan. Wait, where were they? They were in Hong Kong. That's right. And then it starts off with episode 2 that they fly to Osaka, Japan.
And I wrote down that I couldn't believe at the time that the gamers took the non-direct flight for only a chance at a 30-minute head start.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, 30 minutes for a non-direct flight? You really want to... Really? Is it it worked out for them, which...
It did.
Shocked. And I love that the first 2 teams there were both gay.
Yep.
I was like, yay, gays.
And that was, again, another fucking hard challenge, though. That drumming shit, Jesus Christ. I was like, I don't even think I could do that. I was like...
No, I'd be terrible at that.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. I had one more thing about, I was on a gay kind of rant, because the next thing I wrote was, come on, the Mormon is gay, right? Am I crazy?
That's the one I was talking about. Was like, he claiming he is straight, but I don't know about all that.
Not. And I can't believe they got in on time. Worked out
wrote
for them.
that we are Bernie and Kerrigan bickering all the time, because that's what I was like, if Jamie and I were on the show, we would be bitching at each other through the whole goddamn thing. And I can't remember who Bernie and Kerrigan are, but that's what I wrote down.
No, I can't either.
But in that episode, they were bickering an awful lot, and it was cracking me up. I think that's the what now seems like an abusive husband.
No, that's I have him somewhere else. Brittany and Kerrigan. They're 2 girls.
Oh, I put Bernie, but I think that might have been what. Is it Bernie? Okay.
Bernie and Kerrigan. Yeah, they're the 2 girls that sat at the airport and they just fought. All they did was fight the whole time.
Right.
And one's crying and the other one's...
Yes.
Let's see.
That would be us.
Now, do you watched Amazing Race before the season? You used to watch it, right?
Correct.
Do you have any memory of this intersection thing that they brought back?
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, because wait, I'm trying to remember the concept of it now. What happened in that episode?
I have no memory.
The 2 teams pair up. Oh, you had to wait. That's what it is. The intersection. You have to wait for the next team to arrive.
Right.
So that was your partnering
and
team.
Do you remember that from other seasons?
And you didn't have to partner up with them if you didn't want to. You could still sit there and wait. But it's like, yeah, it was just kind of one of those little things that they kind of threw in. But yeah, I do remember that.
Okay. Yeah, I had no memory of that whatsoever.
I mean, the show is complicated. Like if you guys, if anybody's not watching the show, it's a fun show because it's not just so cut and dry. Like there's so many different things that are happening all the time. And I love the way they like check in on all the people and you kind of like get to see a little bit of what everybody's doing.
And there's not a lot of fake drama.
No.
Which is good.
Exactly. I mean, it really is. They just create these challenges that are hard.
Yeah.
And people have to get past them to move on to the next to the next one. And it's difficult.
I wrote when they were waiting to see which teams they were going to be together. I think the boys got their 3rd. So they had to wait for the 4th team to show up.
That's right. That's right.
And of course, it was the asshole who reminds me of Andrew Tate. He reminds me. I think he looks exactly like Andrew Tate.
Yeah, I could see that.
It's disgusting. I hate him. And then it's funny. You had said something about like going on the show. You had thought about if we had been on the show. I wrote, I wish we had tried to go on the show in our younger days.
Oh, totally.
We could be all stars now.
We could. They'd be bringing us back. Our old shit. We'll have canes and shit.
Yeah. We could have done Big Brother. Then we could have done... I wouldn't have done Survivor.
But nobody would ever hear anything that we would say because it would be a constant like boop, 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 just beeping out all of our cuss words because we would be cussing out every goddamn thing.
Well, you can cuss on the Traitors.
I know. I love
so we go on the Traitors.
Too. I just love that they get to cuss left and right now.
Yeah.
I just have to be on a show where I can cuss. That's what it is.
Yeah. So we'll start on Amazing Race and they can beep us, or we would have started on Amazing Race. And then by now we'd be on the Traitors.
Mm-hmm. That's all the notes I have on episode 2. So unless you got something else.
Nope, that was all I had on episode 2.
And I have no more notes here. 4th to forward here with.
Okay.
You're
So I
2-4.
don't. See my notes. I didn't write technical notes down. I wish you'd written that stuff down, like where they were going and where they had gone and all
The
of that
only
stuff.
one I did that on was the very first episode. I mean,
Because I don't
girl,
have any of
going.
that stuff.
I wrote down fly to Hong Kong. They go to the Buddha. They take the ferry. They climb the Bun Tower. Like I had it
Wow.
all detailed, and then I was just like, "That's just too much. That's too much."
Too much. Okay, so I'm just going to go through the notes that I have, and hopefully we'll remember what we're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
The first note I have is that I'm adding ride a bullet train to my bucket list.
Oh yeah, that looked fun.
I think that would be so cool to be going that fast on a train.
Yeah, that would be cool.
I
I don't know why we don't have high speed rail here. I just don't get it.
Because Republicans.
That's true. Gotta have that crew.
I have Mormon mom has a dark side. She's so mean to the gay dad.
Yeah, she is. She kind of smacks him around a bit, but I think he deserves it, his little pansy ass. I had to say it. I had to call a bitch out.
Oh, Joey.
Well, come on. You know that at home he's getting pegged.
PC.
He is getting pegged.
Oh, Joey. I don't think Mormons can peg.
I bet you Mormons peg more than anybody else. I bet you.
I don't think so.
I bet you that's like the peg capital is Utah.
Oh, Joey. We're going to get sued. Don't sue us if you're Mormon. Joey doesn't know whereof he speaketh.
They just put on their magic underwear and then they
Joey,
go to town.
No.
Okay.
No.
Go ahead. You know I'm right, though.
Matt Bomer's a Mormon on Mid-Century Modern.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. I know you started watching that. I'm going to watch that. I'm going to watch it.
Good, because it was good. I enjoyed it. It took a little bit to get into it, but I enjoyed it. Let's see here. I get too involved and forget to take notes. So I'm going to try and remember. The detours were nuts. That throwing thing where they had to throw the stars.
God.
3-star.
I don't think anybody did it, right?
And no, this is the only time that I've ever seen everybody switch detours.
Yep.
Every single team, because so many went to that throwing one to begin with. And the other one was the origami. I think.
Yeah. Yeah.
So they had to fold a huge origami or throw stars.
Which the origami was not easy, but that throwing ship apparently was like impossible.
Yeah. Plus you had to do it like perfectly. Like you could not make any mistakes each time. Like
yeah, you had
it wasn't
to start
just
over.
Like you had to get 2 in because you had 2 of each implement to use. And you had to get 2, you had to hit each target 3. Oh my God, twice. But you only got, like when you were practicing, you had as many implements as you wanted, but then as you actually do it, you don't. So you had to get perfect every time. And I just thought I hope they learned from that.
That was episode 3, right?
Yep.
Okay.
And then episode 4, I did not take notes because we watched that together.
Mm-hmm.
And while you were here, and I don't remember anything about it.
Nor do I.
Ne'er do well.
I can't remember what the tasks were. Can't remember any of it.
No.
Oh, they had to build those things. They had to build the decoration things for
were they in Indonesia?
In Indonesia or Thailand or
something.
Yeah. I can't remember. But yeah, those things that they had to carry and put on the sides of the streets, like street lamps.
Yeah. Lift it really up and it went into a hole,
which was also very fucking hard. Jesus Christ.
They're really working it out this season. Now episode 5, which I have did not watch yet, but I'm going to talk about it anyway. We decided.
Hell yeah.
Again, I only have a few notes, but they do a live double U-turn.
Oh shit.
On the episode. So they have to actually vote, and the top 2 teams who get voted for have to do the U-turn, which is doing both sides of a detour.
Ooh, wait, before you go into that too, that the previous episode, they had that whole thing where the
driver's seat.
No, where the Mormon couple used their pass or whatever.
No, not the Mormon couple.
No, not
Andrew
the Mormon
Tate.
couple. Yeah, Andrew Tate and his woman.
Yeah, that wasn't that the rice thing where they had to do the rice?
Yeah, was that episode 2?
No, episode 4 we're talking about.
I
We're
don't
talking about
remember.
episode 5, and then you just had a memory of episode 4.
The Moshi was episode 2.
Yeah, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about where they had to like fling the rice.
Oh yeah.
And they
Okay.
gave, and the driver's seat, the bitchy couple gave everybody choice, like they had to choose how much each team would have to do, and they, like 15 pounds, 25 pounds, 20 pounds.
That's right. Yes, they assigned it.
And they
And
gave
then they
Mormon couple
pieced.
25. Yeah, and then they used their express pass, which was so dumb.
It's so
it
dumb.
was
I mean,
so
they still
dumb.
came in first place, but barely.
Yeah. And then let's see here. Then the next thing, they had a great equalizer. So they had different flights to get to wherever they were going. Again, I think it's Indonesia. And then they got to like a temple that they had to wait like 2.5 hours before it opened. So all the other teams got there before it opened. So everybody started.
I like when that happens.
I do too.
It's frustrating, but I like it.
No, I do too. And then then they did the live U-turn was after that. So then they all went up to this circle thing, and they all stood in a circle. And the Mormons got voted as one of the teams to do both sides of the U-turn. And she was so pissed and just nasty. She was just like, some of these people are our friends. They are not our friends anymore.
Ooh.
And I wrote, not very Mormon of them. And so positive, because they're always talking about how positive they are, but yet all they do, the Mormons are so fucking fake. They talk about how positive they are, and all they do is bicker and complain and judge.
Well, let's be honest. I mean, it's a cult, so they're just crazy cult people. That's
a cult.
It is a cult.
It's not as culty as MAGA, which that's interesting to think.
But it's still a cult.
Yeah.
Anyway, go ahead. I digressed you.
Yeah. And then in the end, the Mormons went home. So good for them.
Oh, the Mormons are gone?
Yeah.
Yay!
It was either them or both couples who had to do the U-turn were last. So it was them, and then it was the asshole and his wife.
Okay.
But then they came in, they beat the Mormons.
I'm happy the Mormons.
Jonathan is his name.
That's it, Jonathan. Yeah, I mean, it's like I feel like I'm enjoying very much watching the show, but it's like there's so many people that, and you haven't really had much of a chance to formulate like who's your favorite and who you really want to win, that sort of stuff, because you learn so little about them as each episode goes along.
Yeah.
So
I really want the gamers to win. I want the gamers. I mean, I
love them. They're
win.
super sweet. They're funny. They're charming. They're kind of dorky, which I love about them. So yeah, I do want them to win. They're my early favorites for sure.
I like the brother and sister, the Asian brother and sister.
Oh, I like them too. Although the brother kind of gets on my nerves, but
they both do. But that's what I like. The way they talk to each other, I'm just like, yeah, I get it.
Yeah. Yep.
Who else? Oh, the mom. That's who came in first place, I think. The mom and
I like them too.
No, the two. Did the other two gays come in first place this week?
Oh, really?
And they won $10,000, $5,000 each. I think so. I think the other two gays came in first place.
Oh, good. I mean, I don't dislike them either.
No, I don't dislike them. I don't like them as much as I like the gamers.
Yeah, agreed. The gamers. Oh my wordicle. That's scary, this face you doing. So that's our wrap up of The Amazing Race thus farly. Chris Farley.
That's Chris Farley.
Beat you to it.
Beat me to it. Beat you to
it. So well, Jamie and I both were watching.
We've been watching also
Traitors Australia.
Traitors Australia. Yep. I just gave up on it.
Is available
3 episodes in the end.
Shut the fuck up.
I wasn't done talking before you talked over me.
It's available on the Peacock, and they've had only 2 seasons, and Jamie and I watched the first season, and it was fun, and we very much enjoyed it. So we decided to watch the second season, and this season was very frustrating. So unlike the American version or the British version, they're not in the same castle. They're in Australia, and they're in a big like house. It's like a mansion, but it's a house. It's not like a castle.
They call it a hotel.
Yeah, it's like an inn type of
inn,
place. But oh my god. And I love that they're all just like people that you don't know, even though some of them have like colorful
What just happened?
history. What did I do?
What was the oh my god?
Oh, I don't know. You ruined my train of thought because you cut me off, bitch. I didn't even get a chance to keep going.
What happened? So you had like an attack. You were like, oh my god.
Well, I was
and then you started talking
something,
again.
And then you asked me a question. How do you expect somebody to remember something if you keep asking them questions? You know how my brain works. I got to keep it on the straight and narrow so that I know what I'm talking about. So, oh my god. Oh, I thought it might come to me, but it didn't. So these are the dumbest. That's what I was going to say. Oh my god, these are the dumbest players I've ever seen in the entirety of the Traitors. Like we're not going to break down obviously every single episode or anything like that. We're just talking about it is Jamie pieced out because basically what happens is there is an asshole who is a traitor. And he is such a dick from right for the. And you know what? That's okay because sometimes in the show, the traitors, they are dicks or whatever because that makes a good traitor. But this guy really like considered himself like the ultimate player. Like he just thought every decision and everything he did was so fucking brilliant. But the only thing he really did have going for him is that he's cute and young. And so everybody listens to every single thing he would say. Yeah. So he has pretty much orchestrated the entire show. Like he has made every decision about who they banish and who they murder and all of those things. And every single person follows him blindly. And it's so fucking annoying because all he can do is constantly pat himself on the back. So when you have a situation like that, you just want him to die. You want him to die a painful death. You do. You can't help it.
Yeah.
And I was hoping for it through the entire show. And I think Jamie made it up to like episode 5 or 6 or something. And
how many are there?
There's only 9.
I at least made it to 6.
I think you made it to 6.
Maybe 7.
I think you made it to 6.
Okay.
But yeah, so and he just hadn't been killed yet. Like they just kept on voting out the faithfuls instead of
so much
the
evidence
traitors.
Against him. So much evidence against him.
Like anybody
and
who ever... Go ahead.
I just every time somebody would lay out the case for him, they would go, "Oh, I'm going to vote for Robert."
Yeah. Like
I think Robert's a traitor.
He would twist it. He would twist it.
Yeah.
Like he had this amazing
he didn't
ability
even need to twist it. Like with that one chick, the blonde, I can't think of her name. So stupid. So stupid. So many times people told her what was going on and she still would like refuse to see it was him.
It just was so fucking annoying. And now since you have bowed out, motherfucker goes right to the end. Like I just could not believe. I mean, so many times, like when they're down to the nitty gritty, like 6 people, and everybody says, "Oh, we're all gonna vote Sam. Yes, he's totally a traitor." And then he'll get up there and he says one thing, and they all vote for somebody else. It's so fucking annoying. Even the other traitors wanted him to die. So the only thing I wanted to tell you was this one. Even though you bowed out because it's annoying for you to see somebody who you hate so much continue to thrive in the show
and to see how dumb people were.
Exactly. For me, I love that kind of shit. I love to hate somebody, so I'm okay with that. And I just kept saying somebody has to get him. He has to get out. I cannot let him win this fucking game. It just will drive me insane. And they managed to get through all of these episodes, and they never voted out one single traitor. The only traitor that got voted out was voted out by another traitor, by Sam. Because remember, he pointed to Ash, and because he wanted to create himself as the most loyal, faithful ever by getting out a traitor. So that's the only traitor they got out through the whole fucking series. That's the only one. That's it. So they recruited in like episode 7
the military chick, the chick who had like military experience or FBI.
Simone.
Isn't she the one they recruited? No, not the the
Simone
blonde.
was the wrestler.
No, and not her. The one who worked for like the FBI, but in Australia.
Yeah, no, they didn't get her. It's I can't remember. Camille.
Yeah, I think we're talking about the same person.
No, she's got black hair.
Yeah, that's what I said. I said
not
I
thought
the
you
blonde.
said blonde hair. Oh,
no,
okay,
not the blonde.
Yeah, that's who they ended up bringing aboard was Camille.
She's
yes. And she had special training or whatever.
Yeah.
That sort of bullshit.
Yeah.
Anyway.
It's her. Yeah. So I saw that episode. I did see that.
Okay. So they brought her on, which ended up being kind of a good thing because Blake and Sam, the other two traitors, were kind of like not trusting each other at all, which Blake was absolutely right to not trust Sam because Sam would throw anybody under the bus no matter what. He's just a horrible, nasty person, and he fully intended to go to the end by himself. But what ends up happening is they end up being down to just like 2 other traitors, and when they go to 2 other faithfuls and then 3 traitors left.
Wow.
And they end up voting. They all vote for one of the loyal or one of the faithful again. And then they go to the fire pit, just like in the other show, where they have to throw the colored bags or whatever. Well, they don't do that here.
Okay.
They basically just go up and they have one more vote. So we have the 3 traitors standing there, and I can't remember her name, the short-haired lady. She was the one that they just kept through because she never knew what the fuck she was doing. Sarah?
Is she older?
Yeah. Sarah, maybe? It might be Sarah.
Maybe.
But of course they all just 3 write down her name and vote her out. But then they introduced this whole new concept that I didn't know existed because we've never seen it happen before, but it now becomes the traitor's dilemma. So what happens is the 3 traitors, since they're the last 3 remaining, they all have to vote as to whether they will share or steal the pot. If one of them votes share, but the other 2 people vote steal, then the person who voted share gets nothing. Or no. The people who voted to steal get nothing, and the person who voted to share takes the money.
Oh.
It's like it was like this whole dynamic about who gets what. But so they're all talking to each other and trying to convince each other, we're just going to share it. You know, this will be the perfect ending. We'll all share the money or whatever. And as you're watching, you totally believe that Camille, I don't even know if that's her fucking name or not, but we're calling her Camille now.
It is Camille. I'm looking at her picture. It's Camille.
We know that she's most likely gonna vote share, and that fucking asshole Sam is definitely gonna vote to steal because we all know what an asshole he is. And then Blake, you pretty much assume he's going to vote to steal it as well. So that means that the 2 guys will split the money and she gets nothing.
Okay. So that's not exactly how you explained it a minute ago.
No, exactly. Well, I started to, and then I changed it. And then as I was talking, I was like, wait, that's not what happened. Or that's not how it goes. But what actually ended up happening is that she also voted to steal and they get nothing. All 3 of them got nothing.
Really?
Yep. Because they all 3 voted to steal, so they got nothing.
It's like Willy Wonka.
It was like the coolest thing ever. And I was just like, oh my
Did they know
God.
that was going to happen? Like, did they know if they all voted Steele? Did they know ahead of time they would get
Oh yeah,
nothing?
they knew if they
Okay.
all voted Steele that nobody got anything. So,
Okay.
but they were trying to convince each other. And the thing that was so cool is that Camille was like, Sam, I watched you when you were talking to everybody, when you were convincing everybody, because I got to play the game because she was brought in, so she was like, I got to play the game from both sides. And she said, and I watched how you deal with people. And she's like, and when you walked up to me and you had that conversation with me and you said that you were going to vote to share, you said it exactly the same way as you told every other lie throughout this entire game. She's like, and that's when I knew that you were going to steal it. So I was going to vote to steal as well. But of course, they didn't think that Blake would. But Blake cried. He
Of course he
bawled. He was
did.
so upset because he wanted that money so badly. But
Shouldn't have been such a fucking greedy fuck.
Sam instantly turns on her and is like, why would you do that? And it was like, what? What do you mean? Why would she do that? You did it. Like, you're the fucking.
Oh my God.
Oh, it was just like, it was so annoying. But I was just so happy that he won nothing. So happy that he won nothing.
Yeah.
It just sucks that nobody else did. I was hoping, like, maybe the money would go back to whatever her name was, the older lady. We're calling her Sarah. It would have been cool if they would just said, okay, the last player in the game gets the money or whatever.
Right. Yeah.
It would have been cool. But all that money it was like 220,000 of the 250 possible that they could win.
Yeah.
And nope, nobody got anything.
That seems so strange to me. I wonder if that's how it would be on the US or the British if they had multiple traitors at the end.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's a rule because they brought it up like it was like, this is called the Traitor's Dilemma. And I was just like, oh, we've never seen that happen because it's never come to fruition. And I could imagine it would be the same if you just had two. Like if there were two traitors still there available in the game, then they would have to make that decision too. But we've just never seen it in any of the other. And actually, I think he said, what's his name? Roger, the host, said, this is the first time in Traitors history this has ever happened. But that's how fucking dumb these people were. They shouldn't be proud. They should be like so embarrassed that they never got out a traitor through the whole fucking thing. Like, you were just manipulated. So manipulated. Oh, but it was, for me, that was a great watch just because I couldn't wait to see what was going to happen.
I might go back and just watch the last episode.
I got nothing. Now I got no more traitors. I've watched them all.
Ireland is coming soon, I think.
Oh, I hope they put it on the Peacock because I want to see that. I would love to. There's like 25 or more like different versions out there from different countries. But they're not available to watch anywhere, unfortunately. But I don't know if it would have the same effect if I had to read subtitles. So that would kind of lose a little something. But yeah, I very much enjoyed it. And I do recommend Traitors anyway, no matter what. I mean, I just think it's such a great show. It's so much fun to watch. But that's that. Now, I wanted to bring up something.
Oh, yes.
Ask your opinion on it. Because I've already
mentioned I'm only slightly opinionated.
Exactly. It's like the name of our show. That's crazy. I told you about this, but I just wanted to bring it out to see if anybody else had any thoughts about it. So years and years and years and years and years and years ago, probably more than 30 years ago, our friend Tracy, or Tem, as she likes to be known, because she's cool.
Tem.
She regaled us with a story at one point.
Oh, okay.
About her mother going to get her some food because Tracy wasn't feeling well, and Tracy asked her mom if she would go to Taco Bell and get her an enchilada. And
doesn't matter what she asked her to get her.
Well, it is. And so she was like, of course I'll go do that for you, honey. And so she gets in the car and she goes, and she gets up to the screen to order, and she says, I'll have an enchilada. And of course they were like, I'm sorry, a what? And she was like, oh, it's an enchilada. You don't have them on the menu anymore, but you can still make them because my daughter gets them all the time. And they were like, Can you pull up to the window? So of course she's like, okay, I guess they're gonna give her a hard time about it. So she gets up to the window and she's like, and they're like, no, what is it you want? And she's like, it's an enchilada, it's like a burrito type thing. And she's like describing it or whatever. And then the lady just goes, ma'am, this is a Wendy's. Which to me was one of the funniest stories I had ever heard in my whole life, because the poor Eileen going to the fucking fast food to get something for Tracy, and that would happen for her. But we laughed about that story for years and years and years, and we've told it many times over.
And just
I know
said it
exactly, and I know I've told the story many times.
Ma'am, this is Wendy's, ma'am.
So my thing is, it has now become part of the internet lexicon.
Yeah.
Where people are actually saying that. Like, so for example, I belong to a gay horror group on Facebook, and every now and again somebody will put like a selfie on there where they're like half naked or whatever, and just be like, hi guys, or whatever. And inevitably someone will always put the comment, ma'am, this is a Wendy's. And I just think it's so funny, but I'm like, is that from us? Did we originate that? Did Tracy and her mother bring that into the world?
I mean, we do have, Tracy has famous friends, and we have friends who are in the entertainment industry, and who knows,
I feel like we have to have, because there's no other way that can become, unless it originated from somewhere. And I mean, I even just saw one recently where it was the same sort of a situation, a group that wasn't supposed to be like that. Somebody posted a selfie, and one of the comments just said, ma'am, ... And it's like, everybody knew what they meant. So everybody was laughing at it. So I was like, what are you fucking reading? What are you reading?
I'm reading about this is a Wendy's. I'm trying to see if there's history behind.
Oh, okay. Because I'm sitting here talking to you, and you ain't giving me
I'm
kind
listening.
of feedback.
I am too. It's an episode of The Office.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So do we know somebody who wrote for The Office?
I don't know. We need some input from Tracy too. We just need to know, like, if
maybe
she like
Tracy's mom. Maybe Tracy is a time traveler, and she went to the future and watched that episode of The Office, and then came back and told the story as her own.
All I know is I'm giving her credit. She brought that shit into the world.
Yep.
She did.
I agree.
She absolutely.
Well, technically Eileen did, but.
Well, yeah, but that's. I mean, hey, you got to give
Tracy
credit.
hadn't been sick, then it never would have happened.
Credit where credit is due.
Just
like, what was the other one we invented? Remember?
No.
Saving the princess and all that shit.
Oh. I thought you were talking about just the podcast. I'm sorry. I was very confused. I was like, wait, what? What did we invent? What? Huh? What'd you say?
Yep. It's on like Donkey Kong. Saving the princess and all that shit. We used to say back in like 1990, 91 or whatever. And that shit became. So yeah, I just want my credit, y'all. I want my check. That's what I really want. I want a check. Just somebody send me a check.
And if you want to send Joey a check, you can send it to osopodcastcontact@gmail.com. Just scan the check. He'll print it out and take it in.
And if you want to do that, you can also slide into our DMs on our Facebook page or on the Insta. Baby, do we got any opinionaries?
Oh, I have a little. My very expensive slippers are coming apart already.
Oh,
I'm not happy about that. Yes, we do.
We got an opinion, babe.
It's from our lovely friend BJP. His picture on his email is so cute.
Aw.
It must be a headshot. No, it's like a headshot. But it's really nice. Hello, my beautiful opinioneers. That's what
all the kids are calling us.
Yep. Jamie, this is to me, so shut up, Joey.
Oh, okay.
I hope you're feeling better and are back to getting. I can't read. I hope you're feeling better and are back to all things normal. Tell me you were able to watch and enjoy some good TV and movies. Yeah, I did, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. After we read your email, we'll talk about what I watched pretty much while I was sick.
Hell yeah.
On your last episode, you talked about man-mosas, and I remember them as beer mosas from back in the day. I remember having a beer and a PBR on a camping trip many moons ago, and I was surprised at how much I enjoyed it. It still sounds very gross to me. Joe and I recently went to San Diego, and I simply said, I don't know. I don't know what this is. Let me read for a second. Oh, got it. Okay, sorry.
We don't do any prep work for this show, babies. Just so y'all know.
I simply said keto,
you know.
no.
Oh.
For an entire week and had pizza and donuts and beignets and ice cream. And I'm so happy. Good for you, honey.
Yay,
you
BJP.
Deserve it. You've been working your ass off. You deserve it.
That was my whole visit to Detroit was like, keto, no.
That's very funny. I'm sorry that I didn't get it right away, BJP. I'm sorry. It was lovely, and I was able to slip back into my workout routine and being keto conscious upon return, which is always what I'm most concerned about. While away, we watched... Oops, scroll too far. While away, we watched 2 seasons of Amazing Race Canada, seasons 1 and 2. Have you all ever watched it? It was amazing. The weirdest part was on season 1, they only traveled around Canada, which I thought was kind of boring, but it really wasn't. Interesting. Where did you watch it at? Let us know.
Yeah.
If I don't find it, I'll probably just text you to find out.
Yeah, that's true.
Upon return, we had a few episodes of the latest U.S. season of Amazing Race, and honestly, just not loving this season, but maybe it will pick up. Interesting. I am liking this season a lot.
Yeah, me too. Well, of course, I mean, if you watch it regularly, maybe it might be lackluster. I don't know, but I haven't seen it in a long time, so I'm enjoying it very much.
Yeah, I'm liking it. What are you not liking about it, Joe? Brandy, Joe? Tell me.
Joe, Brandy, Joe.
Joe, Brandy, Joe, Playback. Did you all watch the latest season of the Joe Schmo Show? No, I have not seen it at all.
No, don't even know what that is.
We've been fans of all the seasons, but the latest one was the best since the first one, which starred an unknown Kristen Wiig 22 years ago. Gulp.
Wow.
But if you haven't watched it and were a jury duty fan, you should definitely check it out. Ooh, is it one of those type of shows? Because I was a jury duty fan. Okay. Duty. I've been engulfing a new podcast called Heavyweight. It is sweet and funny and it's just so incredibly good. If you were a fan of Mystery Show, the first podcast I ever listened to, that's Joe saying that. Brandy Joe saying that, not just me. Not me. I have not heard it. Check it out. It dives into a new case each week with a person trying to find a resolution to something from their past. Ooh. Like there's an episode where this guy remembers a teacher who stole his cheese from his lunch when he would get in trouble. Of course, he tells the story and no one believes him. So the Heavyweight team investigators get to the bottom of it. But some stories are very heartwarming, and I have been brought tears multiple times. Oh my God, I want to be on it so bad. I have something so I want this my 9th grade English teacher stole the book from me. And I want it back. It was the novelization version of the movie Clue.
Bastard.
Yeah, her bitch.
Oh, yes.
Big fucking bitch. Anyway, love you both. Keep those opinions coming. BJP.
Oh my God.
Thank you, BJP. We love you.
I would definitely want to check out both of those things, but Heavyweight sounds like a fucking blast, and I can't wait to see it, to hear that. So consuming then. What you been consuming while you was sick or whatnot, and afterwards, and all that shit. Consumption. What you been something?
Okay. Let's see, in terms of the media, 2 things. Well, I mean, I've been watching TV. What I've been watching, Mid-Century Modern, which is the new sitcom on Hurler. Nathan Lane, Nathan Lee Graham, and Matt Bomer, and Linda Lavin before she passed away.
Now, I said to you when I saw just some little sneaky bits, some little trailers or whatever, that it looked like the most horrendous possible show ever.
Yeah,
And you even said after the first episode, you're like, yeah, you're probably right. But then you sort of switched it up a little
it
bit.
grew on me. Yeah, it grew
Yeah.
on me, and I think it got better as time went on. It's still very multi-camera sitcom,
Okay.
which I'm not a huge multi-camera sitcom fan. I
Mm-hmm.
prefer single cam.
Yeah.
They're usually a little smarter. So it definitely has that feeling to it. At least it seems like it has a live audience, which is good.
Yeah.
Or they have very good canned laughter or canned responses. But yeah, I think it's really good. It's got a great roster of guest stars and supporting players, and Nathan Lee Graham, who I've seen on stage. I just love him so much. I think he's so good. And it's sort of like a Golden Girls, but with gay men is
Yeah.
the sort of premise.
I mean, I loved the concept. I did. I love the concept. I can't put any judgment on because I haven't watched it yet. But I will definitely give a chance and try it out.
Yeah,
see what it's like.
you have to give it a few episodes though.
Okay.
You can't just go off the first episode. We also watched something called The Residents on Netflix, which was very good.
Mm-hmm.
Murder mystery comedy.
Yeah,
really,
you brought that up
really
on the
good.
last episode, and I've
I
heard.
did.
Yeah, and I've heard several people say it's good.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, I wasn't criticizing. I'm just saying.
No,
you
you
brought it
were.
up.
It's fine.
And you did say it was good, and I have heard since from other people that it is good.
Yes, it's good. And then we've also been watching Daredevil Born Again, which is the latest Marvel show.
Oh, I was like, what the fuck is that?
Which has been very good. Very good. I'm enjoying that very much. And in terms of food, when you came, you brought me a huge container bag, multiple bags of snacks that
I brought up some scrump. I did.
Yes. And so I've been making my way through that. The only one that I really have a strong memory of were Vlasic pickle balls. And actually, it's not the only thing. This is the snack, one of the snacks. Excuse me. So the little corn puffs, pickle flavored.
They're like cheese balls, but pickle.
Yeah. The first bite, I popped like 2 or 3 in my mouth. I thought, ooh, these are interesting. They taste just like pickles. So good. And then there is an aftertaste, and the burps were the worst.
Yeah, no thanks.
So I was not giving those I'm not giving those a thumbs up. I'm giving those a thumbs down on that.
Kind of glad I wasn't in the the tasting of those.
And then we also tasted while you were here. We didn't talk about this. We tasted you made me eat pickled okra.
I mentioned it on the last episode.
Oh, you did?
I was like, because I said I wish I would have thought to bring you some from South
right.
Carolina.
And then we found some.
And then we went shopping, and I was like, oh, lo and behold, they even had the hot ones, too. I was so excited. And Jamie opened up that jar and gobbled one right up and was like,
I ate 2.
Yeah.
I ate 2.
Not too bad.
Not too bad, but it is not a food that I will eat again.
Because what did you do with them, Jamie?
I'm sorry. My throat is like completely like the Sahara Desert. Hold on.
Oh, sorry.
What did you say?
Chafed.
Oh my God.
From all the dicks in your mouth.
Yeah. Yeah, I threw them away because I couldn't, going back to them. I did it for you and they weren't as bad as I thought they were going to be, but I have a predisposed dislike of okra that was passed down to me from my mama. And I just kept thinking I'm not going to eat them. They weren't like, I didn't eat, if I'd eaten it and been like, oh my God, this is so delicious, I would have kept them. But it was just like, it was okay. I didn't love the seeds. I didn't love that feeling.
I love it.
I know
they call that redneck caviar, baby.
Oh my God.
They really do.
Do people like cut it open and scoop that stuff out?
Oh, yes, you know it. Sometimes some of these fancy restaurants down south, and it'll have redneck caviar on top, and you know that's just some okra seeds.
Okay. Yeah, that's really all I can remember. in terms of food that I ate while I was sick and or after you were gone.
I mean, that's a lot. That's a lot of stuff, though.
What about you?
So as far as consuming media, well, the first thing I want to talk about, because I just fucking love the show. In fact, in our previous season or at the beginning of this season, I don't fucking remember, when we talked about what our favorite shows of 2024 was, I put on there the series Big Boys,
Yeah.
which is a British sitcom. And from our email from Tracy, or our opinionary from Tracy, she had asked about suggestions, and I had completely forgotten about Big Boys. And then suddenly, out of the blue, on Hulu, they dropped the third season, the third and final season. And I just cannot tell you enough how much I love that show. It's
Yeah.
just so good. I mean, there's so few shows out there anyway with a gay character as the main character. There's always, gay characters are always secondary, or they're somebody's best friend or whatever.
Right.
So there's not too many stories or shows out there that actually tell our stories. And this one takes place in the early 2000s. With a kid going to college who's a dork and has never had sex with anybody. So he's just a virgin, and he ends up getting a straight roommate who tries to help him get laid. And it's just funny, but it's also very heartfelt. It deals with mental health issues and that sort of thing. And it's really about that family that you create in your 20s, that are just so important. So it's like I think about Tracy and I think about Nate when I'm watching it, and just that little family that we had for, like, when you think about it, it was such a brief time. It was such a short time in our lives, really, but it was such formative years.
Yep.
And those memories will never ever leave for me. And that's what this was. And it's based on a true story. The guy who actually wrote it, and it's all about him and his life and his friends. And I just thought it was so beautiful. I wish it could be like 10 seasons, but it is a perfect 3 seasons. I think there's only 6 episodes per season, and they're like half-hour episodes. So it just goes by super quick. But if you're looking for something that's just fun to watch, that also has a huge heart, Tracy, get on that shit, because you will like it.
And what's it called again?
It is called Big Boys. And
Big Boys or Good Boys?
Big Boys.
Big Boys. I thought it was called
Not
Good
to
Boys.
be confused with, there is also a movie that has recently come out called Big Boys. Also a gay storyline. But yeah, different things. This one's a series. But anyway, love that show. We are currently watching White Lotus, which I'm very much enjoying, because I just fucking love that show, and I love the way it unfolds. I love the fucking weird ass creepy music, and I fucking would die for Parker Posey. I love her so much.
She's so good.
She's so good. And she's just perfect. She's so wackadoo.
Are you caught up?
No, we're only on like episode 5, I think.
Okay.
We've been taking our time with it. Yeah, so don't talk about it yet. But we'll be finishing it very quickly, because I think the final episode airs like tomorrow. So yeah, we'll probably watch that tonight to try and get as caught up as we can. Also, my other absolute favorite show, Love on the Spectrum, just dropped their new season. And I just, it's the weirdest thing. Like, I find that my face hurts while I'm watching it, because I'm just smiling so much, because I just truly love these people. And it has nothing to do with them being on the spectrum. I guess it does have something to do with them being on the spectrum, because what it does is it makes these people so honest. And it's like, so what they're telling you when they're saying, I'm looking for love or a relationship, and it's just so honest and genuine that they don't hide things. They don't, pretend to be something other than what they are. And that's what makes it so wonderful. And Tanner, is one of the but one of the people that is on it, and he actually is from South Carolina. And I keep saying one of these days I'm just going to go visit him where he works because I just want to meet him.
Don't.
But I would never do that. But they're so lovable, and I just adore them, and I love that show so much, and I hope it continues to go on because it's just such a great show because everybody deserves love no matter who they are.
Yeah, I've only seen the first season or the first 2 seasons
of the Australia or the American one?
Oh, I was just talking about the American one.
Oh, okay. Because the Australian was the first one that came out, and they only had 2 seasons. But I absolutely, yeah, that's the one you watched.
Oh,
I remember you watching it. I remember you telling me about it. And then there are now 3 seasons of the American one, so I'm assuming it's going to continue to go on as well. The only other thing I watched was a movie called The Rule of Jenny Penn.
It's the one I told you about.
Did you tell me about it?
Yeah.
When?
A long time ago.
Oh, I don't even remember that.
I think I sent it to you and said, have you seen anything about this yet?
Oh, okay.
Really
yeah, it didn't. I just happened to come across it on AMC Plus, and I was just like, oh, okay, that's interesting. Like John Lithgow, Jeffrey Rush. I was like, that's some big name. I even sent a message to Brandy Joe, and I was like, Brandy Joe, what's up with this movie? Should I be watching it? And he said he had started it and was into it. So I was like, okay. And then he said something about somebody had told him that it was like, what did he say? Oh shit. Something meets grumpy old men. Oh, whatever happened to Baby Jane meets grumpy old men. And I was like, okay, I'm totally in for that. Like, who wouldn't be?
Yeah.
But for me, it was a big old meh. And the thing is weird is like, it's getting good reviews and people seem to like it, but I just couldn't connect with it. I didn't feel anything for the characters or any of what was going on. So I just kind of was bored with it. So yeah, it was a little disappointing in my opinion.
I'm sorry.
But that's
that reminds me though that we watched last night. We watched The Monkey.
You did?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm dying to see it.
It was good. I liked it. It was very different than the story. Like it really, from what I remember of the story, I think they changed a lot.
Okay.
I don't remember it being this, but it was really good. It was good. It's very gory, which of course I don't love, but
yeah. Gorier the better for me, baby.
It was like funny gory in a lot of times. So
yeah, I've heard it's kind of
better,
tongue in cheek, sort of dark comedy.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
I'm excited to watch that.
Sure, for sure.
Oh my god, for sure. Okay, I'm tired of talking to you, so I think we've had enough. Because you're basically falling asleep on me. Like everyone, he's crashing. Oh, he just crashed into the microphone. Look at him.
Oh, shut it.
So listen, everybody. Thank you for listening to Only Slightly Opinionated Podcast. Don't forget to send us your opinionary at osopodcastcontact@gmail.com or slide into our DMs on the Insta or send us a message on Facebook. Other than that, we love and adore you, and we appreciate our hordes of listeners, every single one of you.
Say bye.
Anything else you want to say, Jamie?
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Cause I'm coming. I'm from Detroit, yeah, cause I'm coming. I'm from Detroit, yeah, cause I'm coming. I'm from Detroit, yeah. Detroit diamond in this bitch. I'm from Detroit, yeah, of course I'm coming white low. I'm from Detroit, yeah, of course I'm coming